Hi, and welcome back to the Unsilenced. And today we are going to be going through a couple subreddits. The one I'm going to be going through is r slash unpopular opinion.
And mine is True Off My Chest. And I know this week has kind of been a laid back week, but I think it's been kind of needed for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to start?
Sure. Mine is I wouldn't want my partner to move on after I die. Yeah, interesting. Huh? I'm okay. He says I'm dying not to break up with them. I didn't realize this was such a controversial thing. It just means I love my partner and I still want them to love me even after I'm gone. I feel that if you seek out a relationship just because your previous partner passed, then you didn't fully love your partner, but instead loved the thought of not being alone.
No, that's not how that works. What?
Yeah, so he goes to edit and he says, I'm not saying I want them to be alone and miserable. I'm not saying I want them to suffer. I am not saying they aren't allowed to see anyone new. Of course they can't. I wouldn't be able to stop them or tell them otherwise. You're all harassing me under the assumption my partner would suffer and exclusively suffer. We've lived long, happy lives. He agrees that he wouldn't want me to move on. The key detail is we think the other is perfect, the one for us. Why would we want to move on, and why would we want the other?
Well, here's the thing. It's like you died. They're going to be alone, and I know personally I wouldn't want to be alone till I die unless I was older. But
But
like,
he's saying he doesn't want his partner just to move on and just like basically he thinks that by moving on, I think what he's thinking here is like they will stop loving after you die.
that's not
And
how
I
that
think
works.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
I feel like if you just move on, like you don't even move on, you just because you have to move on after death. You still love the person who died, but you
Mm-hmm.
have to keep going.
Yeah.
And them going into a different relationship isn't them forgetting or unloving you, it's them still growing and still processing through different things and becoming a different person overall.
And just because like you move on and because you don't want to be alone, that's okay. Like
Yeah.
nobody wants to actually be alone. That's a key factor of why people get relationships to begin with. So I think he's a little wrong there, but I can kind of see where he's coming from in that.
So on mine is my sister won't come to my wedding. My 43 male, so me, 43 male, and his sister's 38 female, is my only sibling. We had a pretty normal relationship as kids and teens. Some fights, but mostly good. We grew up in middle class in the suburbs. We moved a few times with our father's job. She was better at making friends, and I was the loner who escaped into books. There was some bullying when I was young, always small and looking back, a little, a little hard. I heard the F slur a few times, but I never really felt unsafe being gay. I'm
Mm.
glossing over a lot, but the point is, we were a pretty normal family, not especially liberal or controversial, with some frictions between us and our father. At no time did I experience any homophobia from my family, only myself, while I figure out who I was. My sister married a guy from the country. His family, his family are nice enough, but let's just say they have a certain red hat, uh, penchant red for red hats. And never heard anything from Bill regarding being gay when they had kids, four total. I wasn't excluded from their life. She started to change after the first child. She was much more granola homeschool, but she does make sure they are all socialized. So what happened took me by surprise. My partner, 57 male, and I have been together for 12 years. We bought a house 9 years ago that had a basement apartment. The that co-signed with our parents downsizing and looking for a smaller place. This worked out great because this means that the family can easily get together and the kids have grandparents and two uncles to spoil them. I love them. They call my partner uncle. The two oldest have said boys can't marry boys. I have gently and age appropriately told them that our relationship is just like mommy and daddy's. They haven't asked recently.
Hmm.
We are getting married in a month. It will be a small ceremony with maybe a dozen people in our lives. Living room. I invited her as my only sibling. She said, thanks for the invite. No direct answer. I can't say I didn't somewhat expect it, but it wasn't a no. Valentine's Day, our parents went to see the kids, and my mother said she would talk with my sister. She was told that we didn't believe in that, and that the kids are going to obviously see pictures and hear about it. And we will talk to the older kids. She said that as my sister, she loves me, but we don't have that much in common anymore. And the worst was, it's not like he would come shooting with us. She compared my wedding, a huge milestone in life, to some afternoon shooting cans in the country. Something broke in me. I cried all night. I don't know what to do. Her birthday is this weekend, and my nephews personally invited me. I don't know if I can set foot in their home, knowing that they feel this way about us. My partner has washed his hands of them, except their kids. I've never felt so bad. I don't know what to do.
Okay, so they're just being homophobic.
Yeah.
So they're refusing to go to the guy's wedding because they're gay and they don't believe in that kind of thing.
Even though, it's like him and his sister never had any issues until she married this new guy.
So this guy that she married, their family is very against this kind of like LGBTQ kind of stuff, right?
Yes.
And so because of that, she now has become homophobic.
Yeah.
And refuses to allow her kids near him. At least the younger ones. And that's kind of messed up, man.
Yeah. That's your sister. What? Not your sister. That's your brother. You should go,
Yeah.
If they didn't have a good relationship at all, then that would be different. But the fact they have a good relationship, it's like...
Yeah, I feel bad for the guy. That's rough and that's real hard to deal with.
Yeah.
But wish him the best. Alright, for mine, it's stop self-diagnosing mental illnesses for trends. I hate social media nowadays because mental health is always a part of the trend. The current trend is to tell people that you have all these mental health illnesses like anxiety. It's really annoying because there are people who actually have these mental health illnesses and it actually ruins their everyday life because of its severity. And then you have those who want to be cool that just claim that there's something wrong with them to fit in. Respectfully, more than half the people that claim mental illnesses don't have a primary care physician. Don't even have a primary care physician. How do you diagnose yourself with something when you haven't even seen a licensed physician? And then it's funny because instead of trying to get the treatment, all you can do is talk about how you have mental health illnesses. It's just annoying as... I hate when people try to make it a trend out of things that are literally real life situations and some people who don't get a choice in it. Some of us don't turn on a ring light and then fake our mental health illnesses for views and likes. Some of us have to literally go every day with that crap.
I agree with her so much because it's you can take a quiz on ADHD, but that doesn't mean you have ADHD.
Exactly. I myself have been diagnosed with depression, ADHD, and anxiety. I've been diagnosed with that.
Yeah.
So I can say that kind of thing, but it is, I agree, a really big thing going around where people are like, oh, I have these mental health illnesses, give me pity, give me likes, give me views and all this, and it's so stupid.
It is, because it's or when they fake an accident or an injury, and I'm like, please stop. There's certain people who actually go through this and have issues now because of it.
All these people, I see it everywhere on the internet, they're all like, oh, I can't do this because I have ADHD. And I'm over here Those of us who actually have ADHD, we have to suck it up and deal with it, even though our brain is literally fighting us on that.
I know. Coming from me, because I also have ADHD, let me tell you, my ADHD is different than other people's. Not even different, because there's different kinds of ADHD overall and how people react to it. Mine, though, is I won't clean for like weeks, and then there's one time a month when I obsessively clean.
Whereas mine is everything has to be clean, which sounds like OCD, but actually it's not, because I don't have to have everything organized. I just have to have everything like looking nice.
Yeah, and my thing is I take one day a month and I obsessively clean everything. Like I desocialize from everyone and I'm like, cleaning day.
Yeah. I feel like, though, there's a lot of like times where people are just faking it and trying to get views, and it's so annoying. I see it everywhere, and I have to agree with this person.
I seen a TikTok the other day, and it was someone claiming they have ADHD, so they can't go to college, so they'll never have a good career. I'm like,
that is not how it works.
Sir? And he's like, I procrastinate too much.
I procrastinate a lot, but I still have to work, and I still have to do it, so.
It's okay. I'm just like, you can still go to school with ADHD. I mean, I do my best work when I procrastinate and then do it all in one night.
That's true. However, it is stressful as crap.
Yeah, and then you're like, why did I do that to myself? And then you're like, I won't do that next time, but we both know you'll do it next time. Or like setting goals. Like you're like, oh, I'm going to set a plan for like working out. Yeah, that only lasts for like a week.
Yeah, all the comments on here are like agreeing with the same guy. One guy says, I honestly took 10 years to get diagnosed because I was scared people would think I was faking it, being depressed to be trendy. Because almost everyone I knew had a new illness every day. Turns out being beaten for years really does make you depressed. I'm sorry, guy. That just made me laugh. I'm sorry.
Well, like, I have been diagnosed with PTSD recently after something very traumatic happened. And my therapist and everyone's like, you have, like, not major PTSD, but I have PTSD over some things.
Yeah.
And it's like, stop faking mental health issues if you don't actually have them. Please.
Seriously, because it's a big thing, and when so many people claim it, it kind of gets pushed down for those who actually do have it, and then those who actually do have it are afraid to actually like admit it and get the help that they need. So the trends, they need to stop.
They really
need to stop.
It's like, it's okay. I seen a really funny thing the other day. It was today. It was a reel, and it was like, it's like, I'm suicidal, but I'm also a procrastinator, so I'll be fine.
I've seen that.
I laughed so hard because I'm like, yeah, that's true.
Oh, we love mental health.
Okay, so for my next one, it's TikTok ruined my girlfriend's views about relationships.
Oh, I hate TikTok when it comes to stuff like this. Ugh.
I'm starting this by saying what I've done. I've given my all since the beginning of the relationship. I've wanted to share my interests with her. I learned more about her interests and started a new journey with her. I have never cheated nor looked at other women in any type of way, no matter how upset I may seem. I've always been loyal and doing the best for her. Now, on to what I'm here for. My girlfriend's TikTok is filled with things like, your man should be doing this. Men have to do this. If your man doesn't do this, then leave him. It's completely filled with that. And that's all she sends me, a majority of the time. I already do / plan on doing like date nights and spending time with her, etc. But she has it in her mind that she doesn't have to do anything in the slightest, and I'll still do everything. TikTok, tell me. Absolutely not. If you expecting me to live this influencer lifestyle, then you can put the bare minimum into the relationship. I try to enjoy her interest, even though I don't like it, but at least I try. Whenever I try to share my interest, all she says is you, and immediately goes back to what she wants.
Dude, break up. Come on, man. Break
hate when girls do this. It drives me insane.
Oh my gosh. This is actually really similar to the time we talked about the Emma the Ale for refusing to clean up my sister's period blood. That was based off of a TikTok trend.
I know. I hate this so much. And I promise you, not all girls are like this. There may be a few, but not all of us are that way. I promise.
See, this has to go along. We were actually thinking about doing a podcast today on dating. This actually has to go along with it because a lot of times this is the kind of pressure that guys see and they get. And this is why they're afraid to ask girls on a date anymore. That's why you're seeing so many guys like either be single or start dating other guys. Like, I hate to admit that because like that's not the only reason, but a lot of times guys are like, why would I date girls if I'm going to be expected to do this? So that's why some guys will date other guys instead.
Yeah.
And that kind of can probably be taken wrong, and I'll probably get canceled for that. But that's not I don't mean it in any wrong way. I'm just trying to explain how some guys feel.
Okay, continuing. I tried to send her good morning texts and such, but they get ignored. Instead, she sends me 20 TikToks, then responds to the good morning text hours later. When we hang out, the rare times we do, she decides to sit on the complete opposite side of the room every single time. She gives me no type of affection whatsoever, and her justification for all of it, you're becoming so sassy. You've seen the TikToks I sent you. You're supposed to make me happy. I'm not supposed to make you happy.
What? Okay, break up, dude. Break up. There's a line.
She's crossing it. She's crossing it. Women need to learn that a relationship is 100%, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
You have to give your all to your partner.
It's not 50-50. It's not 75-50. It's not anything.
Here's the thing. Some days your partner will struggle. Don't get me wrong. Some days your partner will be giving you maybe 70%, and you need to pick up that extra 120%. 130%, you know? But then they also are expected to do that for you on your bad days, because that's how relationships work if you want one to be successful. And I'm not saying there's not going to be fights or anything, because there will be.
Guarantee it.
But you need to set specific boundaries and say to them, or else this kind of thing will happen. Like, I know for a fact, like, from the beginning, I tell guys if I'm thinking about getting in a relationship with them or something, I'm like, look, I'm an overthinker, and I need attention a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't need to be your only attention, but, like, I do need time to spend with you.
And it's good to be honest like that, and it's really good to be honest like that, because some things are just, like, some guys, they can't do all of that, and it's better to, like, figure that out before you're in a relationship than to figure it out 6 months into a relationship and you're like, crap, I screwed up.
And, well, I mean, like, for guys also need to be like that. Like, you guys need to be open about what you need in a relationship.
Agreed. And a lot of times guys, they get told, like, don't share your opinion, don't share your feelings, don't share anything. You're a guy, hold them back. And that's so not true.
No, guys need to open up, because in my opinion, it's hot when a guy opens up. Maybe not when he's a complete crybaby. Like, please do not cry to me about every single detail in your life. Please do not do that.
I'm not a therapist.
But please go pay someone to do that, because that is not my job. But, like,
that's fair. That's a boundary.
I will be there for you as long as you're there for me. I will not tell you 100% of things all the time, because there's some things I need to keep to myself. There's things you need to keep to yourself. Like,
exactly.
You know?
I think this guy needs to break up with her.
We're not done yet with the story.
We're not done?
No.
Oh my goodness.
So again, why would I give her dates, trips, etc. when she's treating me like some object? She loves to brag how she has a boyfriend, but she doesn't even care to show said boyfriend any type of love. I plan on leaving her because I had hopes things would have gotten better. But nope, the TikToks have gotten more frequent and annoying, and I'm just done with it.
Good for you.
I am not profied this, nor do I plan on coming back. But I did not proofread this, nor do I plan on coming back, but I need to get this off my chest. I tried pretending to be happy. And a lot of people are agreeing with us. Like...
Oh my gosh, I'm reading some of the comments.
One of the commenters says, "Bro, I hope you leave this relationship. Know your worth, and it isn't the life you want. From an entitled brat, real love is reciprocated with equal attention and care, directed right back at you. There are people out there who have privilege of seeing themselves in such narcissistic light. They know there are people who are willingly to simp their every problem away. This is not a real relationship. Don't settle. These people seek cheap thrills and live their lives through others to mask low self-confidence." Here's another thing. Make sure you are happy by yourself before gaining a relationship.
Yeah, I agree. Like, you can be sad that you're alone, but make sure that you know how to take care of yourself, because that's not the other person's responsibility. No matter how much you guys are like in a relationship or something, it's your responsibility to take care of yourself, and then you care for each other. You don't take care of them like all their needs, but you care for each other.
But like, my big thing is make sure you're happy before gaining a relationship. And this is going through to a lot of high schoolers, because I know, like, I used to like only be happy when I was in a relationship, which is a huge problem. Do not do that. You don't need a relationship to be happy, I promise. Find happiness in other things, and then once you are eternally happy, then look for a relationship. And sometimes don't even straight out just go looking. Just be you, and eventually
you'll find someone.
Yeah, because you'll find someone who matches your jam, and y'all will roll together.
However, just don't stay in your house like 24/7 and expect to get with someone, though.
Yeah, please don't.
You're not gonna find someone staying in your house. No offense.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen. So you kind of do have to go out a bit, but
going out is fun. Like I love being outside and going out. I love doing that, and I miss doing that. Anyhow.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about that right now.
Anyways, for the next one, which is mine, it says, "Unpopular opinion, I don't see the point in stopping your partner from cheating on you."
Don't stop them. If they're going to cheat, they're going to cheat.
Exactly. He says, "I've heard lots of people talk about them not wanting their partner to have friends of the opposite sex and things of that nature because they are worried that their partner will cheat on them. My issue with cheating isn't just the act of cheating, but the idea that my partner would want to and seriously consider cheating on me. If my partner wanted to cheat on me, I'd rather them just do it and then break up. If someone wants to bother trying to control who they hang out with, I'm extremely confident that I wouldn't cheat no matter how long I'm in a room with an attractive person, and I don't want to waste my time with someone who doesn't reciprocate that feeling. If my partner wants to cheat on me, go ahead and I'll find someone else. Obviously, everyone has different feelings and boundaries in their relationships, but this is just my opinion."
Honestly, I agree with him, because it's like, I'm not going to stop you from cheating on me. If you're going to cheat, you're going to cheat. And that will show me your true colors. Like...
Exactly.
And in my opinion, once someone cheats, the relationship's done for.
It's done for. There's no coming back from that.
I know a lot of people are like, oh, you can come back from cheating. But me personally, I would never be able to come back from my partner cheating. I've tried. It's not worth it, you guys. Don't do it.
And, like, the fact that someone would want to cheat on you, that's... Dude, find someone else. Like, because you need to find someone who's not gonna just cheat on you.
And I know a lot... And, okay, and I'm not saying all guys are like this. At all.
There are a lot, though.
And there's a lot of girls who cheat on their partner.
That's true.
And I'm like, just stop cheating. And here's the thing, I'm perfectly confident with my partner having friends of the opposite gender, because my best friend is of the opposite gender.
I know. I've been in a relationship before where they were jealous and upset because my best friend was the opposite gender, and...
Don't get started on that relationship. We don't need to talk about that one.
Hey, there were ups and downs in that. There were some good things and bad things. But
I know.
That was one thing that was a big reason why we ended up breaking up, and it's for the better. But they're happy now. I'm happy now, so...
And here's another thing. I'm totally fine if my person is friends with their ex, as long as they don't have feelings for each other anymore.
Exactly. Like, I don't have feelings for my ex anymore. We're still friends, but
Well, I mean, one of my exes is dating one of my best friends, so it's like,
Oh yeah, that's true.
it's like, go for it. Yeah, I'll do you.
Yeah, just as long as you're happy and you're still like good.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. One comment says you can't stop them. Problem is you don't find out till after it happens, and it could be a long time after, and you're here sitting around thinking all is well, and before they do a lot, don't have actually have issues with, and before they do a lot, don't actually have issues with friends of the opposite sex. It's when the texts start being hid, etc. The issues start. So he's saying like when you start hiding text messages and all that kind of
hiding
stuff.
your phone, or not being honest.
I mean, I have to agree. I'm not just gonna let my partner go through my phone 24/7. I will let them like just open my phone and stuff, but I'm not gonna let them just like be like, "Hey, hand me my phone. I want to go through it." And like, so I'd be like,
Here's the thing.
That's a boundary.
I believe that like your partner should know your password, and you should know your partner's password.
Yeah.
But there's a boundary. You can't always go through my phone.
Exactly.
And especially if I'm like, and like there comes a point when certain texts are hidden.
Because it's sensitive information. Like if someone's like giving their feelings out to you, and your partner's like, "I need to see that." Like, no, that's not your business.
Like, I swear, if I ever texted you when I was having a mental breakdown, and one of your future or your exes are like, "I need to see what she's sending you," I would be like, my anger issues would kick in, and I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I would.
There's a line. He says, "I'm literally 3 days out of that situation, but it went on for months until I got the proof. And you think you can just move on. You can't. It's not that easy. You don't know. You just never know what they do or think."
And here's the thing, also, don't set your partner up on cheating tests. Like, don't have
No,
one
they're
of your,
gonna want to leave at that point.
like, don't have one of your friends call them and be like, "Hey, we should Netflix and chill." Like, no, don't do that.
There was a post on Instagram of this guy who he went to the gym, right?
Mhm.
And he was just working out, and this girl was like, "Hey, you want to do this after?" And he was like, "No." Turns out the girl was one of his girlfriend's like good friends, and he went home, and his girlfriend just was like so happy and like had dinner ready and was hugging him, and he's like, "What happens?" And she's like, "You passed the test." And he goes, "Okay, we're done," and walked out. And I'm like, good for you, man.
You see, if you don't, here's the thing, you need to trust your partner. If you don't trust your partner, then why are you with them?
I know, and sometimes, I mean, it is scary, the thought of, like, maybe they are doing this and they aren't telling me.
But then,
But I think that's why you need to get to know them really well. You need to, like, understand. And
like, I'm an overthinker. I really am. And I'm always constantly overthinking a relationship. And I'm like, what if he's out with someone prettier? What if this happens? What if this happens? But then I also have to remember, I need to trust them to love me and know me.
Like, if you trust them, like, you know you wouldn't ever do that.
Yeah.
And you need to trust that they wouldn't ever do that. And as long as you can remember that and, like, be reminded about that, I think you're good. But
and then there might be occasions, and there will be times when, I'm not saying always, but your partner may cheat on you, and there's nothing you can do.
just break up and move on, man.
Yeah, and it sucks, but not everyone's faithful. But don't, yeah.
You need to have a sense of trust, and don't just try to test them.
So my next one is...
Oh no. You're laughing before you were even reading it. Oh no.
Not all PeePee times are PooPoo times, but all PooPoo times are PeePee times. Thank you!
Where has this podcast gone? Okay.
I'm sorry.
I don't even want to hear the rest of it.
That's all it was.
Oh.
All but the comments. Whatever that goes.
Boy.
But all PooPoo times are PeePee times. Discuss. I appreciate another education. True, that's true. No one on the history of taking up has ever done so without also peeing.
Where has this podcast gone?
I'm sorry, you guys. I had to throw one in there like that.
That Okay, well, I think that will wrap it up for today. Thanks for listening to the podcast. We were kind of laid back this week. We'll be back in it Monday
With some more political.
with the more political and stuff like that, where we'll be discussing more events. Who knows? We might be shooting down 4 more balloons in the next week, so we'll have some
Yeah.
info for you by then.
Have a good one. Bye, you guys.